it's about. That shit. Said you really different, took a different route. That shit. If you cooking up, can we taste it now? That shit. Without a doubt, it's that season of a cloud. That shit. You got clout, let me hear what it's about. That shit. You got clout, let me hear what it's about. That shit. You got clout, let me hear what it's about. That shit. Without a doubt, it's that season of a cloud. That shit.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Thaddeus Shade, and you are listening to The Odd Nerd. And like I always say, I am him. I am him. I am him. I am hoping you are having a fantastic week because I am having an okay week so far from this past weekend. I might have done some pretty cool thing. One thing, singular thing, not two, just one thing. But, you know, as we Gen X / millennial, you know, continue to live through destruction and chaos, we must celebrate the singular cool thing that you might have done over the past weekend or last weekend. Because we lived through so much as a Gen X / millennial. I don't know where I fall in. I'm not going to tell you my B-day, but I think that I'm a millennial. Like right on the cusp of a millennial. I'm not Oregon Trail old. Well, I played Oregon Trail, but what I mean is I'm not the characters in Oregon Trail. I'm not in there. I wasn't churning butter and running in the fields from a whip. That's not what I'm saying. I played Oregon Trail when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? I've lived through so much in my life. Time is so different. No, it's not. I've lived through so much in my life. It feels like a cycle. And I've said this past episodes. I know I said it a lot, but it just feels like a cycle. I'm used to it. The dude that's running in the system right now, I'm not used to that guy. Well, I mean, he was running it before. I'm not used to that guy, but I'm used to chaos. I'm a millennial, man. You know, there's been like 75 to 77 people who have predicted when the earth would end, and I've lived through all 77, 76 of them. I'm a millennial. I am a Gen Xer. I have lived through so much bullshit in my life. I'm not even being funny, man. You can't make this stuff up anymore. It's a wild, wild time. And it's interesting to see how Gen Z handles it, right? It's interesting. And I ain't got no knock against Gen Z. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of you are test tubes, but, you know, I ain't got no knock on y'all at all. You're a little soft. Just a little soft. I'm not saying full soft. You're just a little soft. You know what I'm saying? Not full soft, just a little soft. But it's interesting to see how y'all handle all the craziness, because I felt like the craziness was just a part of my childhood, the teen years. I'm like, oh, it's, you know, it's normal. 9/11 happened, right? I had to go to work. Subway, still cookies. I was stealing cookies from Subway. 9/11. I was stunned. I was watching TV, and I was very, 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 very stunned. And I had to walk over to the Subway to get my cookies to fill up my stomach because I was stunned, and I was a wee lad. But at the end of the day, it turned. No, I'm lying. That wasn't a normal day. That was crazy as fuck day. That was very much driving on the highway 65 miles per hour, 3 tires come off your car, and you go every which way type of day. But everything else was, you know, H1N1. It's a ton of stuff in there where you're like, oh yeah, I beat that case. You know, you look up with celebrities who got great lawyers, they beat the case. I beat many of things throughout my journey on Earth where I felt like this is probably the end, and it wasn't the end. And you learn quickly that it's never the end. You just kind of have to absorb and understand this is a revolving door, baby. And you just got to figure out how not to get crushed right as the door is lining up. You got, as a regular human, you got to figure out, how do I not get crushed in the revolving door? And it's a little bit of a, and it's too hot. It's a little bit of a hopscotch thing. You got to kind of get in there where on double Dutch style. You got to get in. You got to wait, and then you jump through the revolving door, and you survive a little bit longer. And while you're inside that revolving door, you going around in circles, you get to, get to build some cool things. Maybe you get to do the dream job. Maybe you get to have the family. Maybe you get to have the wife, and you get to hit the money. But you're still a part of the revolving door. And at some point, there's going to be more people coming in the revolving door. More people coming into the revolving door. You're going to get pushed a little bit. You get pushed a little bit. And you're going to start to see that there's a little bit of a crack where you're going to be able to slide out. You can't slide out. You figure out how to stay inside the revolving door. There's no way out. Except the real exit. Thought I was getting serious, didn't you? I'm just wilding right now because I had like a really cool weekend, man. There's some truth in what I said, though. Don't get it twisted. Life will try to push you out the revolving door, and you need to stay inside of it. Stay comfortable. Understand you have no control over a lot of it. A lot of people get on that media, and they seeing all the things the media wants you to see. That social media is tailored to you, seeing all the things. It's like, oh, this, and people lose their gorg at home. They stay too much on the couch. And I'm a recliner specialist. Don't get caught up on the couch for too long. I'm a recliner specialist. I do a lot of weird things in my recliner. I prefer to be in my recliner and do a lot of weird things in my recliner and watch TV and stuff. But you can't be on your couch. You can't be in your recliner just on the system, because the system will warp your mind. The next thing you know, I'm unfollowing you on Facebook because you constantly posting the wild, or you constantly posting the negative. And I get it. It's your platform. And I just don't mind chucking the deuce. I'll unfollow a family member if you are giving me you are not CNN, you are not MSNBC or whatever the fuck that is. You are not the news outlet. You will not shove all that shit down my timeline. Unfollow, family. I'll do it. I have no problem, bro. I'll do it. I'll get you on out of there. But Gen Xers and millennials have lived through a lot. I lived through Super Mario Brothers, the movie. John Leguizamo, you the man, but I lived through that. I lived through Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Guile. Ladies and gentlemen, the sweet, very sweet, sweet Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Guile. I lived through that. I lived through the very first Mortal Kombat movie. The remake of RoboCop. Oof. Jesus. Anyway, the weekend was fantastic. And I mean it. It was a great weekend. I got to drink the LMT because I'm fasting and I ain't drinking coffee this morning. I had a fantastic weekend, and let's get into it. I only had a fantastic weekend for one reason. For one reason only. All right. We did a Cardi B event last Sunday. Now, let me see how I put this. I can't give you a lot of Cardi B records. Right? I'm not saying that I'm a number one fan or anything like that. Talented, beautiful, boom. That's what I can give you. I work in the club, so I know that the records, many of hits she has. But I recognize bad than a motherfucker. And ladies and gentlemen, she is bad than a motherfucker. To me, to my eyes, right? Now, look. Right? My homegirl, Tina, she owns a flower shop. Now, I could never say her company name right, and I'm so sorry. I'm just going to put it up in the video. I can't say the name right. I'm sorry, T. I can't. But I hit T up. I'm like, hey, T, look, we got Cardi B coming in, and we only did it in 4 days of promotion. All right, just want to let you know, we only did 4 days of promotion for the Cardi B event. We got word that it was going to happen. We spent a large amount of chips to make it happen, and we said we're going to do it. 4 days of promotion. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, listen. So I hit my homegirl T up. I said, T, we got Cardi B coming in. Would you like to give her some flowers? And I'll do my best to make sure that the brand gets shown through various videos and photos, right? T was down. She wanted a guarantee I couldn't deliver her. She was like, well, can you make sure that I can get like a photo of her holding the flowers? I said, T, I can't guarantee that. She is a global icon. I can't guarantee that. One thing I can guarantee is that we will get video of the flowers being brought up to her and the flowers being handed to her. That's what friends are for. And that was the deal. She's done it before for us in the past, Kaylani and stuff like that. And various other, I think we did one for Coco Jones. I'm not for sure. But that was the best I could do. She was down for it, and boom, we get the flowers made. The flowers, beautiful arrangement, pink, and I don't know what the white flower was because I'm a guy and I hunt bears and tackle lions, so I don't know what the flower was. I am Thaddeus Shade. You're listening to the Odd Nerd. Just give him some claps. Give him some claps. Give him some claps. Give him a little bit of that Dewey. Okay, so it was a little bit of flower, white flower that was in the arrangement of all pink roses, and we look up. Place is packed Sunday. The concert, the Little Drama Tour, I think is what it was called. Little Drama, I think is what it's called. And the concert was packed. We had the after party. It's a lot of money. Cool. People were already there. We don't open the doors till 10. People were there at like 8:45 next door at the Well Seasoned Restaurant. Next door is our restaurant, so then you could just hang out at the restaurant. Eat some food, have some drinks, watch some TV, wait for Cardi B. People were already there and they were lining up by 9 o'clock. You don't know who you're really a fan of. Like, I'm not a massive fan of CB, but like, I'm thinking about like somebody I'm a massive fan of, like, you know, Will Ferrell. Would keep it movies, TV shows, and, you know, music. Will Ferrell, I'm a massive. Will Smith, I'm a massive fan. Eddie Murphy, my goat to me, right? My goat, comedy goat. Eddie Murphy's going to be somewhere. I can see how I could be somewhere 4 hours before he shows up because it's Eddie Murphy, and I could see how I could be real giddy, like, ooh, it's Eddie time. I could see how I could be real giddy and happy and ready to do that. But people were there. They were lined up. They were ready to rock and roll. They were ready to see her. They were ready to get their groove on. They were ready to get a little drink in their system. They were ready to see Cardi B act a fool, you know, have a good time with Cardi B on the stage and see. Cool. The line got pretty damn long. It was a good start. You never know with artists. I swear to you, I've said this in past episodes. I said it a lot because I always want you to go listen to the past episodes. The veterans that have been like celebrities for a while, they're the coolest. The up and comers are the ones you want to stab in the side of the ribs. The vets are the coolest. The youngest you want to just kind of give, not like with a real knife, just a butter knife stab on the side of the ribs with a slight twist, because they're pieces of shit. They're not pieces of shit, but they're mean, man. They could be a little mean and super standoffish, but that's because they got to get used to the attention and, you know, thinking everybody wants to get over on them, which I understand. You got to have your shield up. You got to have your guard up, right? Okay, go ahead. But we had Cardi back 2023 Super Bowl. At that time, she was with Offset, and then Offset was the person that we actually booked. And she happened to come join Offset because they were in a relationship at that time, and it was a great time. She came in the building, and people lost their minds, like, blah, right? We had like Michael Blackson in there. I think Tiffany Haddish was in there. Some other people were all in there for Super Bowl, but they lost their minds for Cardi B, and she had a fantastic time. She was up and away. And I remember that energy, so I was expecting something similar. She got there probably about like 1. We had to, the funny thing about special guest and nightclub appearances, you have to clear the section. They're very particular about that. And I understand the safety reasons in that. Safety reasons. But the people that were in the sections don't ever want to move. When you got to clear them out, I don't know how they got there, but they don't ever want to move. Everybody's very entitled nowadays. Everybody feels embarrassed that they're being moved. And it's just like, hey, we just need you to step down, man. We need you to step down. It's nothing. We're not doing nothing rude. You just need them to step down, but everybody's entitled to a space. If you give somebody a carpet corner of space and say, this is my carpet corner space, I'll never give you this space back. Jesus come down from heaven. He land on earth and say, I need this little carpet corner. The carpet corner space holder was going to tell Jesus, say, I'm not giving it my carpet space. I am the carpet space holder. This is my space. I'm not giving it to you, Jesus. Jesus be like, damn, I'm Jesus. You're not going to give me your little space? I'm Jesus. Look at my perm. I'm Jesus. Look at my perm. You're not going to give me a little space? And then they're going to tell them no, because everybody's like super weird about like, this mine. I'm cool, this mine. And it's like, all I need you to do is step down so we can get the special guest, the person that we spent a lot of bread for, to come on up, man. I don't need you to make it tougher than what it need to be, brother. I just need you to help me out. Boom. Now, there was a couple of known individuals that was a little bit tough to get down because they were like, yo, I'm a known individual and I don't have to move. But they eventually cooperated, and we got them down. And you can feel the anticipation. I seen signs. I seen people holding bouquets of flowers ready to give to her. I seen signs. There was a sign from a person who had signed my Birkin, which is wild. Because I even thought, you know what I'm thinking? Birkin bag? Lone individual? I don't even know about bags, but I know that the Birkin bag is supposed to be the bag that increases in value and is worth some money. I'm not saying it. I was going to do it. But upstairs, ladies and gentlemen, the old me got a little hungry. I said, you out here with a Birkin bag? I don't know if it was real, but you had the sign that said, sign my Birkin bag. And if I saw it, others saw it. And everybody isn't as sweet as Thaddeus Shade. I am the odd nerd. They're not as sweet as me, man. They don't just think it, they want to act on it. I was surprised that the person brought the bag out. I was shocked by it. But I respect it. Will Ferrell somewhere, Eddie somewhere, and I got something I want to, you know what I'm saying? I got a leather jacket I want Eddie Murphy to sign because he wore all leather and raw and delirious. I'm get him to sign a leather jacket. I'd get him to do it. I think it was Land of, no, it's not Land of the Lost. I'm tripping. I was about to do Land of the Lost and I was like, wait a minute, that's not it. But he had a Birkin bag ready to be signed. It was like, I couldn't believe the amount of things people had. I'm trying to think of some more things, but people had a lot of stuff they were willing to give her. And it's wild because when you think about it, you're like, wait, she's 100 gazillionaire. She's got mad money. She got mad money, mate. She got the biscuits. She's got the ducats. And people want to give her stuff, which is cool because these people are massive fans. There was hundreds of people in the building. They were massive fans. And we got a smaller club, so you could really see her. 1 o'clock comes around after we get everybody out of the section. She's got like 8 managers. No, both managers are really cool. They just need to make everything clear. The security, who you could tell, don't ever fool yourself. Luda came in for a Super Bowl. This is 8, 9, something like, no, it's like 14. Luda comes into the club that we were working at the time, and he has this old man security. Again, I've talked about this in the past, in past episodes, and he has this security guard, old black dude, right? And I'm like, that's my event. I'm part of the event. This is my event. Trying to come up to the section. He's like, nah, man, you can't come up here. Saying, man, it's my event. I need to get up here. He said, I don't give a fuck whose event it is. You ain't coming up here. Now, I understand, ladies and gentlemen. He said, I don't give a fuck whose event it is. You're not coming up here. I looked him square in his eye. I looked at his age. I said, man, you got to be at least 60, sucker. And this nigga looked me dead in my eye. He said, motherfucker, you got to be 340, 350. That's when I was bigger at the time. He said, you got to be at least, I ain't gonna 340, 350 is a bit. By that time, I was hooping. I say 320, right? 325. Get off my back. But he looked me square in my shit. He said, you ain't getting up here. I said, you got to be like 325, but he wasn't worried. And when I see that, ladies and gentlemen, when I look at this man's frame being 60 and skinny and guarding Luda, I say, well, you must know how to chop a nigga in the throat. I don't want no parts of that. So I had to go ask Shaka, that's Luda's manager. I had to ask him, I say, hey man, remember me, I'm doing the event. Can I get up here? He said, oh yeah, you good, man. Let him up, he's good. Don't let the security guards fool you, because Cardi had like, I don't know if he was Mexican or he was white. I think he was white, but he was short. But you could tell he was moving with a lot of confidence. Like I crack motherfuckers in the knees, you know what I'm saying? On some Bobayega shit, on some John Wick shit. I bust motherfuckers in their knees and shit. I give them lefts and I give them rights and I give them elbows and they go to sleep. Sleepy sleep. The bigger ones, they're like intimidating. But when you got regular sized jokers, you be like, you know what? You might have been Black Ops. You might have been a former Marine or something. Hit me right in my Adam's up. I'm asleep. I'm choking. I'm dead. But even he was cool. Her security was cool. The big security she had with her was cool. They just got to get comfortable first. So cool, boom. Get into my moment, ladies and gentlemen. I tell stories, you roll with it. So I'm bothering GQ. I say, hey man, we got to get the flowers from the restaurant because the flowers are next door at the restaurant. I need you to call Caleb, tell Caleb, hey man, we need to get the flowers. He had texted Caleb and he didn't follow up. I'm like, hey man, we got to get the flowers. Tina gonna kill me. And Tina's getting married. And I don't want Tina to have to kill somebody before she gets married because Tina's sweet. Right? We don't want Tina to have to murder me for not doing what I told her I would do. She's getting married. She doesn't need to spend any time in jail for murdering me for not holding up my end of the bargain. So, boom, he hits Caleb up. Caleb gets, I don't know when they got there, but they got there. Cardi's having a good time. She's pouring liquor in fans' mouths, and she signed the Birkin. She's up there signing the Birkin. She took the bag and signed it. You know, when you have a little delicious steak, when you get to smacking, you're getting the steak out your teeth and shit. When you get a little delicious, right? And you do that. That's how I know there was motherfuckers in that Birkin bag signed by Cardi. There's other women in there. I'm gonna have to go ahead and get that off of him. Because it was a guy. It's not bad. I'm just saying it was a guy. Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen, Jesus, stop it. Don't do that. I didn't remember all the facts in the beginning of the storytelling. I'm not like that, Jesus. Anyway, so he's getting his bag signed. She's pouring drinks and taking a ton of videos. People got people on FaceTime. She's talking to him. She's posing. She's just really cool, right? And people are loving it. These are real fans are loving it. All right, now, the flowers arrived to the table before you could get up to the stage. My homegirl Heather has the flowers. Now, let's rewind a second. Heather told me the day before, this was a Saturday, that she was determined to get a picture with Cardi. Determined. With a straight face, no games being played. Sweet Heather. I know Heather orchestrated this because Heather was holding the flowers. So she had told Caleb probably was going to bring the flowers over, but I'm sure Heather was like, nah, fam, I'm taking them over. And she had, I can't think of her name. Oh, Jesus. She's such a sweet one, too. I work with her, too. That's a damn shame, Shade. You work with her. But she comes over, she's got the flowers, and she's came up the stairs, and I see the flowers. Like, okay, there go the flowers. I go to reach for the flowers, and Heather moves them away from me with a straight face like, no, motherfucker, I'm taking them. I was shocked because Heather's sweet. But this was a different side of Heather. This was Pitbull Heather. Pitbull Heather was different. Ladies and gentlemen, Pitbull Heather had something on her mind, had something in her heart. She was going to fuck me up if I wasn't going to let her take the flowers up to Cardi B. Now, normally I don't trip. I haven't done anything like this in years. I ain't been really tripping off of the celebrities we've been having pictures and nothing like that. I haven't been bothered with it. I don't know what got into me. I didn't like the snatchback though. Now, normally I'm just a sweet guy. I'm like, okay, well, hell, go up there and take them up there to her. I've done this before. I'm like, oh, go ahead, take the flowers up there to her. But tonight, the way she moved the flowers back, and I know they were heavy. Them shits is not light. That whole bouquet shit, women want flowers. They don't know when you spend some money on flowers, when you get the real deals, the little tub that they come in, that's weight. That weight. That ain't light, that weight, nigga. And you got to hold that up. Because you holding up that, it's got some weight with the water in there, the flowers, and it's got some weight to it. So I know she was struggling because she got to weigh like $110. And she moved them away from me with light speed. I said, hey man, come on man, quit playing, give me the flowers. I said, man, give me the flowers, what are you doing? So I had to get it, you get a high pitch because as a woman, you're not trying to be like, hey motherfucker, give me the flowers. But I said, hey man, give me the flowers, what are you doing? She gave me the flowers and was out of there. She was not happy with me. I'm sorry, Heather, please forgive me. But something drove me to be like, tonight you're going to do this. You're going to be the one to take the flowers up there. And you're going to give them to her. And you're going to do this right for T. For Tina. I got the flowers for Tina. I turned to walk to the stage for Tina. I, in my head, stopped to tell Corey. I said, hey, Corey, owns the club. I said, Corey, come with me, record for me, please. I say, okay. He says, okay, boom. I turn with the flowers in one hand to go back to walking towards the stage. I have my meta glasses on that are over here by the side of me. I hit the button. I swear I hit the button. I get my other hand back up under the flowers. I got both hands on. I go up the steps. I almost tripped, ladies and gentlemen, because I am nervous. Because I got a chance to see her before I got the flowers to her. Yeah, man. Dan said it was like sitting courtside, and he was right. She was special looking. And I almost tripped walking up the stairs. It was almost really bad. I'm a big guy with the flowers. I'd have tripped in front of all those people. I wouldn't have been able to live that down. I'd have been mortified. And you know how embarrassed you are when you use the word mortified? I'd been mortified. But I go up thinking I got everything right. I got the logo facing, so Corey and myself can get the logo and the flowers and Cardi B, and I think I got my glasses going so the POV can happen. And ladies and gentlemen, not only did I not turn on my glasses for a very close POV, man, I didn't even have the logo facing right. It was facing her, so all you seen was all white flower case holder thing, man. I didn't have nothing right. Now, she was sweet, too, because she posed with the flowers. She said, thank you, all those things. Hopefully, I said they're from 1111. Hopefully, she didn't think they were for me, because I wouldn't do that, because I mean, who she be dealing with? Them motherfuckers got money times money, and they look 10 times better than me. I'm more of the person that's probably with like her fourth assistant that she's fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's gone through 4 assistants this year. The fourth one is the one I'm with, and that's probably the one from like Alabama who made it out to LA, who's really good at taking notes and shit and getting coffee and shit. And she's like, I worked really hard. I'm out here. I now work for Cardi B. And then she happened to spill Cardi B's latte one day, and then Cardi B fired her. That's who I'd be with. I wouldn't actually have the chance with Cardi B because I don't have those type of ducats and I don't have those type of looks. But I could be with the fourth assistant that she fired that year. Now, oh man, I didn't have nothing right. But the flowers were from 1111. I didn't have nothing right. The logo wasn't pointed right. And the video for my Meta Oakleys weren't on. But we got a really good video. Corey got a video of me handing her the flowers. She was super nice, super happy about them, super sweet. And she had to go back to doing what she did. So she handed them off so she had to do her thing. But then I was like, okay, cool. That was dope. People were like, oh, you know, and Denz was hyping me up on the mic because they know I don't do stuff like that. They know I don't. I'm the silent promoter. I'm the silent veteran promoter who chills in the corner. I don't usually do stuff like that. So they were hyping me up. And I was hyping myself up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I got so many punchlines, I got to be careful because these are punchlines only meant for phone conversations with me and my boys. I'm like, I got to be chill. Y'all going to see this, and I don't want y'all being like, okay, that, he may not want to continue doing this because he should be canceled. And I don't want to get canceled, and I'm not even like popular like doing this. So I don't want to get canceled before I get started. And boom, I get off. Anyway, I turn around. She's got the flowers. I get off stage. I see Nadia. Somehow, right when I turn around, I hit the button on my Meta Oakleys. A flash goes off, but I didn't trip because I was like, oh, I must have just took a picture. All I did, ladies and gentlemen, once I finally got down to look at the video from my Meta Oakleys, was take a picture of my sweet friend Nadia, who I work with. That's all I got. And it's blurred. I posted it, but then I'll tell you about that. So I had to get to Corey. Corey gives me the video. I'm like, cool, bet. Post the video. Video does fantastic. And I'm mad. I got on my close friends on my IG. I'm ranting and raving, though. At the end of the night, I'm like, how do I turn on my POV, man? How do I turn on my Meta Oakleys? Video did really well. I was really excited for myself because it's much like me getting on a roller coaster because I just don't do shit like that. And she was super sweet about it. And the video, like I said, the video did really well. I just want to talk about the people who break down videos. People who analyze these celebrities so thoroughly. And y'all live, it's like, I feel like y'all live inside y'all couch because y'all analyze everything. Movement, head movement, earlobe, eye twitch. Oh, you see her eye twitch right there? She ain't happy. She don't want to be there. What? Wait a minute. You don't see her cheesing, pouring drinks in people's mouths, taking people's phone, dancing, shaking, and giggling and all. You don't see none of that. You just see the eye twitch. I see the eye twitch. She ain't happy. Get her out of there. She's scared for her life. Oh, Jesus God. That's what people do. They analyze everything. The outfits, the attitude, everything. It's like, damn, man, come. You know what I'm saying? You should have been in the building. You would have been able to feel the energy. You understand what I'm saying? You would have been able to feel the energy, man. But guess what? My boy RC, who's our photographer, he got really dope photos of me handing her the flowers. I see the photos, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? No logo, not even a pinch of an inch of logo show up. I failed miserably. T was a sweetheart. She accepted it because it was really dope. She got the video. She's holding the flowers. You know, you could see that, you know, we posted the flowers that they were from her and all that stuff, right? So it was cool. It was cool. And the photo, the swipe left is doing really cool because I'm a cool guy. Oh, T, I'm sorry. I really screwed up. And that's how I had a really good weekend. I was really excited about that. I enjoyed that. I don't normally, you know, other people like Heather would have probably lost their damn minds. I was, you know, you get goofy. You know, you get goofy when you get in front of people who are megastars. You get goofy, right? Something about, I don't know what I'm doing. You get real, you get real quiet. No, you don't get quiet. I got my boy Visions don't know what I was about to say. He know what I was about to say with that. And I'm so happy I didn't say it. But you get real, weird with yourself. You are a human, and all of a sudden you're like a human that can't speak. So, but it was really cool. And I'm sorry, Heather, that I took that away from you, but damn, you know what I'm saying? I had to do it for the confidence one time. Now, moving on from that fantastic moment, because that was a great weekend. Thank you to everybody that came out and party, had a good time. It was a long weekend, but Sunday was really a nuclear bomb, and we really are nothing without the people that come out and party with us and, and come in that building and bring that good energy. So thank you so much for that. That's really cool, man, to do events like that, because you end up spending the ducats like that and you're like, we're not going to make any money. When you spend that type of money, you're not going to make that money. You're like, we're not going to make any money. We're doing it because it's really cool. We're all childish and we're like, fuck it, we're going to do it for the people. And you do it and you just hopefully try to break even. You know what I'm saying? And it was really fun. So I do want to talk about when I went to go see Scream. Right when I'm done with this, I'm going to edit this and I'm going to do the audio and I'm going to post it. And then I'm going to start working on my, my Scream breakdown. So I went to go see Scream last Thursday, and I'm not going to go into great detail because I want to get to this one thing. But the 33% for Rotten Tomatoes, insane. I don't like it. It's ridiculous. It's 77% from the audience. And maybe even have gone up. I got to go look. The movie was good. Of course, it's got its problems. And, my main thing is the ending. But the plot is good, especially from rebounding from where you were headed into where you landed at. You know what I'm saying? So it was actually good. The kills are phenomenal. I love the kills. They're brutal. This motherfucker's like not playing with that knife. So it's really good from that standpoint. And then the ending's a little shaky. And that is always what I enjoy about Scream is who did it, figuring out who did it, and then why. Where's the connection? Why? And that's where it lets me down a little bit. But still really good, worth seeing. Still, if you haven't seen it, go see it. But when you're in there's a trailer that pops up. And I didn't know it was coming. And it's the Scary Movie 6 trailer. Now, if you know anything about Scary Movie 1 and 2 are near and dear in my heart. They are classics to me. They are absolute classics, and they're hilarious. And they're unapologetic. Now, people would say, well, you can't make Scary Movie 1 and 2 like that today because everybody's very sensitive. And there's a lot of truth to that. But when I seen that trailer, I saw them motherfuckers say, we don't give a fuck. We're going full speed. Guess who's back? Back again. Gady's back. Tell a friend. Oh, my God, man. I haven't laughed at a trailer in years. You might get a chuckle out of something, but full-blown laugh at a trailer, ladies and gentlemen, from a movie addict like myself, to laugh at a trailer, multiple laughs in a trailer, you're going to have a blockbuster comedy. And they're going after it. They're going after it. If you haven't seen the trailer, go watch the trailer. I'll be doing my own reaction to that today too. But if you haven't seen the trailer, go watch the trailer. And apparently, the trailer drops. Gen Z isn't happy with the trailer. There's a scene in the trailer. I'm trying to ruin it, but there's a scene in the trailer that is ripping off of Sinners, right? And they want to come in. Remember, Sinners, they want to be invited in. You would invite us in. We could sing, dance, do some half gay shit. That's what he says. We could sing, do some half gay shit. And then Sean Wayne's character pops up from behind the door and says, why only half gay shit? And if you ever watch Scream 1 and 2, Scary Movie 1 and 2, you know he plays both sides of the fence, and it's fucking hilarious. For him to pop, I died when he popped up from it. We said, why only half gay shit? Shit's hilarious. But Gen Z's not happy about it. Gen Z is not happy about it. Why we got to be bitches? Why we got to be little kittens? Why we got to be some weak motherfuckers, man? Why we got to be soft? I don't want y'all to complain about this, man. It's gonna help the movie, but I don't want y'all to complain about it. I want y'all to go watch Scary Movie 1 and 2. Don't do this is problematic and you can't talk about this alphabet, you can't talk about this race, you can't make jokes about this race. And in the world of comedy, I just hope that there's a little bit less of we gotta cancel you. In the world of comedy, I hope that there's a little bit of leeway for people to go ahead and say, we're gonna poke a little bit of fun at these things. Or you could just get a good deep laugh and be like, oh, this is freeing. Because you don't know what it was like in the 90s and the early 2000s to be like really free about laughing about shit. Not to be mean, not to just be a piece of shit about shit, but to put it in the frame of comedy. To poke fun in the comedy world. Not to insult or disrespect, but to make it into a laugh where you can enjoy it. Like, oh, yeah, that's true. That's how we are. Or, oh, shit, that's how it was. Or, whatever the case may. That's the overall, look of how people look at Republicans or how they look at Democrats. Like, those are real things. And to make light of that and put it in a space where I can laugh at this. That's what it's about. They're not doing it to poke fun as far as disrespecting. They're saying this is what people think, and we're going to exploit that, and we're going to make fun of it in a way in which you can laugh at it. And I hope that I'm fortunate enough to have a kid, and I'm going to show him or her all sides of everything. Because you got to have respect for people. You got to have love for people. You got to empathy, sympathy. You got to have all those things for people. Respect for how somebody lives their life or want to live their life. Right? But you got to understand to be able to laugh at the truth. There's a clip, and I can't remember the clip, but I know the dude, he's a comedian, but he's talking about knowing what type of person drives a car. And me and Craig Visions die at it because he's like a pack of menthols in any car. Now, if you know black people, this is a white guy saying it. So if you know black people, we're notoriously known for smoking menthol cigarettes. So a pack of menthols in any car is a nuclear bomb worth of funny because it's true. And we're known for it. That's funny. And I love a comedian he's white and he got the balls to say that shit's just funny. And if you could get it to where it's just funny, it's just fucking funny. It's true. I don't take no sensitivity to it because if you're watching this and you probably got an uncle somewhere down in the backwoods of Mississippi and he work on cars and he like to drink that hardcore liquor and he probably smoking a pack of menthols. Man, everybody that I knew that was either a dad or a grandpa, if you was the type of dad that was on child support, not mine. I'm talking about my friends' dads if they were lucky to have them, or they was runaway dads, or you had some street motherfuckers. These motherfuckers smoking menthols, man. A pack of menthols in any car is fucking hilarious. You know that's a black person driving the car if it's a pack of menthols in it. That's fucking hilarious. The shit that I saw in the Scary Movie 6 trailer is hilarious, bro. And it's freeing. Brings some relief to how hard, because you lose the Superbads, the Anchormans, those comedies don't even exist no more. There was a sickening comedy run from like 04, to like 10, 12, I think, 11, where you were just getting comedy after comedy, and they were either raunchy from Project X to Superbad, from 40-Year-Old Virgin, the list goes on forever, baby. You just had this nasty run of comedies. Wedding Crashers, old school, where they were just raunchy. They were hilarious, though. The writing was hilarious. They were funny. And you get these comedies now. Like, I love the TV show Shrinking. Shrinking is smart. It has all layers that you would need for an A++ show. It's deep. It's smart. It's fucking funny. And they have that line crossing comedy from those times and before. So I'm just talking about that comedy run from like 04 to like 12. It was nasty. There was some bangers of comedy in there. It was mainly Seth Rogen and them boys getting to work. They was getting to work. Evan Goldberg and the boys, they was getting to work. Judd Apatow and the boys, they was getting to work. They were making comedies. They were hilarious. And Shrinking's like that. They have that borderline, stereotype punchlines in there, and then they all have this very sweet moments of deepness and thought-provoking lines, and you're like, oh, this show is A++. You got to go watch this shit, man. If you haven't watched Shrinking, go watch Shrinking. But for Gen Z to be upset over Scary Movie 6, when they see that movie, they're going to picket that bitch. They're going to be outside with picket signs. Scary Movie 6 ain't the shit. They're going to be jumping around, and there's going to be matchas all over the place. I'm a matcha person, so don't judge. I'm a matcha person, but I'm just saying it's going to be matchas and quarter zips all over the place. Picketing outside of movie theaters because Scary Movie 6 is going to piss people off. It's going to be so funny. So funny. And I'm looking forward to it, ladies and gentlemen. So if you haven't watched the trailer, go watch the trailer. I just want to speak on it a little bit because I feel like we're still we are extremely sensitive. And I hope this opens the door to where the people that I know that can really write comedy and that are risk takers in comedy, they look and see how big Scary Movie 6 is. I think is going to be a nuclear bomb. I guess I shouldn't say that in these times. I think it's going to be fantastically big. I think it's going to be a big ass movie, and I can't wait for it to drop. And I hope it opens the door for other guys that I know are seeing previous movies, and they be like, you know what? I think we can get back to this. I think we can do it because it's, Scary Movie 6 kind of reminds me of the George Carlins of the world, the Eddie Murphys of the world, the Chris Rocks of the world, the Louis C.K. of the world, the before and after of the situation. The Dave Chappelle's of the world. It's like all those guys are mixed up in one where they just take all these risks, and they're just super funny, dude. Super funny. Go picket it. I don't care. I'm going to spend it. I'm going to see it twice. If it's funny, I'm going to go spend it twice. And you know how much it is to go to the theater nowadays? It's going to cost me a lot of money, man, to see it twice. It's 2 car notes, man, to see it twice. And I'll go see it twice. I'm looking forward to it. Go see the trailer. Go see it. And to finish up this episode, ladies and gentlemen, before I continue, I am Thaddeus Shade. Give him a little Dewey. Ride. Yeah. Bicycles. Now, I've posted my Scream Popcorn Bucket video. It's interesting to be a person who has all of this weirdness in his head and he can't get it out because of he's not comfortable with the way he looks on camera, right? To have all this in your dome and not know how to get it to a script or to get it to people to where they could use it in stand up and have all this stuff upstairs. And you got to eventually get to a spot as you damn near are crossing the line into senior citizen discount at Denny's. You finally decide you're going to do it, and then you do it and it works. Just like slow things that matter. Oh man, you got to do more content like this. This is hilarious. I love this. Those small comments are like full tanks of gas for people who are uncomfortable with putting themselves on the camera. And I'm one of those people. So as people are commenting and also telling me that this is either funny or, you know, they're commenting back about what they liked about, because I did like a first reaction for Scream. And I also did a popcorn bucket. But I'm creative in my head. Like I could put a bunch of stuff together and I got creative lines and all those things. And I just didn't ever have that confidence to look at the camera like how I'm looking at right now and be like, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And oh, it's still going. Yes. And I did it and it's working. So I'm going to do so much more. And I'm just going to live with the results of people being mean to me because I know they're going to be mean to me because of the face. And I know I like Shaquille O'Neal. I know I do. And, but posting it with confidence, posting it with consistency, being able to edit the videos, I do all that. So I do it's just, you're learning everything and getting my own, you know, workflow and understanding those things is like one of the more difficult things. But getting in front of the mic and talking, I can do that all day. And I can have a fun time with it all day. And I love my movies. I love my TV shows and music and sports. And I have a unique way of seeing things, but being able to put that to y'all, that was like always the challenge because audio only went so far. Everything is video now, so you got to be super visual. People want to see your face. The platforms want to see your face. They respond better to your face. And I'm like, well, I got to put my face on there? I got to show myself sipping coffee? That's not where I shine at, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that just happened. I spilled shit. Hopefully that doesn't short circuit nothing out. But I think I have a formula, and I think you're going to see a lot of shade. You're going to see a lot of Thaddeus. And those times when you see me on the screen and you see me talking about my favorite show or movie, I want you to look and click the like button. I want you to click the subscribe button. I want you to click the share button. I want you to comment. I want you to be with me every step of the way because I am here. I am a journey rider. I'm a journey survivor. And I am meant to do this. So with that being said, I am 30 Shade. This is the Odd Nerd. And I'll be talking to you next week.
Tatum, just get in the car.
I have been on a Starbucks strike when it comes to tea because these motherfuckers ain't got no honey. And I know about a month ago I was complaining about these some bitches not having no honey. These some bitches still ain't got no honey. I said it again. These some bitches still ain't got no honey. They ain't got no honey, man. I go there, they ain't never got no honey. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own medicine balls at the house because I don't really drink tea, but I would tear a medicine ball up. I said, I'll make my own tea at the house. So then I go, right? And I'm like, okay, what is a medicine ball, right? I go look and it's, what is that shit? It's like it's Tijuana, I don't know, Tijuana. I know that's where you get marijuana.